Hello, everyone. My name is Trey Bird. I am in section 15 of Gen Chem 1, and my major is mechanical engineering. My topic for this capstone project is how neonicotinoids, pesticides, can harm bees. But first, I want to talk about why are bees specifically important. They could be important to people and they could be important to the environment. How are they important to people? It's because they basically helps put food on our table. They help produce 1/3 of our food supply, to be exact. If bees wasn't alive, there wouldn't be any honey, almonds, coffee, and chocolate. I don't know if you don't like those things. I don't know if you're allergic to those things. I don't know if you do like those things. But I like chocolate and I need my coffee. So these bees need to be alive, basically. And they help create, produce medicine for people as well. Now, how are they important to the environment? Is that plants require bees and other pollinators to help reproduce. It could be either for shelter and it could either be for food. Also, they help the growth of trees and other plants. You know, the whole photosynthesis process. Yeah, we need our oxygen. So if you want to breathe in fresh air, bees are the way to go. Now we can talk about what's are neonicotinoid pesticides. So neonicotinoid, or you can call it neonic pesticides, are the most worldwide used insecticides. People tend to use insecticides in general to fight off annoying pests such as flies, gnats, ants, etc. But this specific pesticide, neonicotinoid, are harmful to bees highly. Now, why specifically neonicotinoids are harmful to bees? Oh, it's because this neonic contains a dangerous case of nicotine for insects. So whenever you spray the neonic, the nicotine are going to be in the plant seed when it's sprayed into the soil. Then when it grows to become a plant, it sprouts to become a plant, it's going to be in the plant's vascular system. As a result, when the bees goes for the plant's nectar, the neonic that is in the vascular system will cause it to get into the bee's immune system. So when it gets into the bee's immune system, it will bind to the receptors that are in the nervous system. That will cause the bee to get paralyzed or even die because of that binding. In addition, when you spray the pesticide or spray this neonic into the soil, it's not going to go away. It's not going to it's going to stay there for months, basically. And it's going to spread to other regions of the land. It's not going to, yeah. So whenever you plant other things, since it's already in the soil for months, it's going to be in the system of other plants and crops. Another way to think about it is relevance to chemistry. This semester, we talked about a topic that's called Introducing Energy. And within this topic, we talked about heat capacity. Heat capacity is basically how much a substance can take before it heats up everything in its surroundings. So, in relevance to bees and the whole neonicotinoid pesticides, is basically from the binding toxicity, which I talked about in the previous slide. The substance in this case would be the insects slash bees and mammals. So nicotine binds to receptors of the nervous system, but it doesn't really bind to mammals' nervous system as strongly as it does to insects. So metaphorically, insects, including bees, have you could say, a lower heat capacity than mammals. So that will cause them to get affected at a higher rate by this neonic. This is bar graphs of statistics of the toxicity of neonicotinoids and other insecticides. You can see that this chart stops at 2014, but you can also see that there's an exponential growth of neonicotinoids, and it seems to have no signs of stopping at all. But the summary of the whole statistics slide is that from the bar graph, it shows the shift between other insecticides to nicotinoids. According to Mother Jones' article, researchers found that farmers shifted between the two because one, neonics are cheaper, and two, they are less toxic to humans. With all that good stuff, all that good information that they have, that's the only thing they feel like they need to have. But they also fail to realize that this neonic is already harmful to bees. Now we have some solutions to talk about a person could do. Well, first, we could start a beekeepers cooperation. And within this cooperation, it could provide information and help people become aware of bees' health. Also, they could also provide practices in the cropping system. And within these practices, they could suggest alternative pesticides. And within these other pesticides, we look at the specific ingredients that is in those pesticides to show or to find which one has the lowest toxicity rating for bees. That table would be table 4 of the Oregon State's catalog, which is from pages 16 to 27. We can also talk about when to apply pesticides. That will be in table 2 of the Oregon State's catalog. But to say you shouldn't apply pesticides when temperatures are low or dew. You also shouldn't apply pesticides if they're toxic to bees, clearly. And you can next we could talk about doing research to find the ingredients, research to find hide locations within your area, and research to check in with agriculture departments or the pesticide regulation departments to find those hives that might be in your area, so you can be cautious when to apply those pesticides. So I hope you found this presentation helpful. Thank you for viewing this presentation. And I hope this gets me a good score with all y'all of other projects. But once again, my name is Trey Bird. I'm section 15 of general chemistry. And I want to give you a, B thanks.